nature. It's where we come from and where we are created. It touches every little aspect of our being. And the variety of different impulses that you find in nature and that touch you and your life, your whole being, is much, much greater than any city, anything that humans built will ever be able to. Because everything that is created by your mind is just simply a reduction of the variety that is out here. The variety of different frequencies, of different life forms, different shapes that you find in nature touches all that you are, touches your whole being, touches everything that the human physical form can ever experience, no matter on which level, no matter if on a physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual energetic level. All those aspects you'll find in nature. If I look down this valley, it's beautiful. It touches every single part in myself, and not just in me. Everyone who wanders through nature, who goes back out here, will be touched by it, will be transformed and healed by it, because that's what nature does. A body that's deprived of natural surroundings and that's deprived of the variety of different frequencies and aspects that you can experience out here in nature is a body that over time will become stiff, will become immobile, and will become sick in one aspect or the other. Nature heals is not just some saying, it's what actually happens. You can write papers and books over books over books just about how nature actually does it. Basically, it comes down to one main thing. Your body comes from this soil, comes from this earth, is part of nature. Your consciousness is something where your body is a part of, where your mind, where your emotions are part of. But your mind is never ever the whole thing. Your mind is always something that's just a very, very tiny part of what the whole of you is actually is. Now if I stand here, I stand in nature. Sounds like this helicopter that just went by. Those are the things most humans nowadays are accustomed to do. Many people sort of feel rather drawn to the city, where they seek security, where they seek their home, where they try to create their small little space. But what is it? Out here in nature, that's where security truly lies. That's where everything comes together. If you walk around those stones, or in the woods, or down at the sea, nature asks of you to be mobile, to be agile, to be flexible, not just in your mind or your emotions, but in your physical body as well. Nature heals is something that actually happens on all levels. The emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and the physical level. And it's done by just being here. Whether or not you experience that as well is your own choice. It will always happen to some degree. If you choose to take part in this, if you choose to actually actively and consciously connect with your surroundings out in nature, and you allow nature to touch you also on a conscious level, not just on a subconscious level, this will even increase the effect, because otherwise there is always something in yourself trying to counteract what you at first will experience maybe as insecurity. Because you go around, you walk around here, there is no even ground. For some people, that's already something where they feel insecure because they lost their ability to adapt to new surroundings. They lost their ability to stand on the edge where there is 100 meters, it goes down, and you just stand out here and enjoy nature. But nature will always have its effect. It will always open your heart. It will mobilize you in all possible ways. This is what we need to teach our children. This is what parents need to remember when they overprotect their children. From what? From being in nature? From being in a wood where there might break off a branch? Yeah, it might happen. But it might also be that this child is someone who remembers who he truly is. And that's something we need more than ever in this world we live in right now. Emotions like love, connectedness, and the feeling of being safe, just simply by being here, those are the things that propel our civilization in a positive and lightful future. Those are the things that will support growth, that will support healing, also healing of wounds that have already happened. And those are the things that will push the human mind also into new dimensions, creating things that don't destroy the earth, but that act with the earth, where we suddenly become beings who sustainably live on this planet. And this is still possible. The first step, or one of the possible first steps, is exactly this. Go out to nature. Let nature touch you. Be aware of how your body suddenly changes. Be aware that immobilizations you might have in your joints, in your bones, that agility that isn't there or wasn't there for many years suddenly returns. That's exactly what nature does for us. It brings us back to life. It brings us back to where we're from. Everything else is something where the humans just try to sort of pull themselves back into their forced security. But that isn't really security. It's just something they create because they forgot where security truly lies. Emotions like fear, like being afraid, losing your job and things like that, they are real. Yes. But how you actually react to such a situation, this can change massively. If you react to such situations, instead of with fear, with an open heart and with an open mind for change and with an open mind for new ideas, and you just let yourself be guided by what you truly are, then you'll find what you are capable of. And then you'll always find a way to live, not only live free, but to live what you are truly in yourself. Nature is one of the greatest teachers around. And nature is something that creates us and that we co-create. Everything around myself and everything around every single one of you experiences you and you experience it. If it's a bird landing on your balcony, or maybe this plant right next to me, all those are living beings. All those aspects of nature, they have one thing in common: movement. It's things that interact on an energetic level, some of them on a more conscious level, like birds or animals. Consciousness is so much more than just human thoughts. And living a conscious life that helps to co-create yourself and nature, that's a life that's fulfilled. And this heals you in every single way possible. As I mentioned, not just spiritually, not just mentally, literally from your body up. Everything that you are, and you can't even imagine that you are, is supported out here in nature, finds its counterpart out here in nature. Those are the aspects that really matter in life. That's what life is about, making experiences, interact, connect, and be here in this life, on this planet, at this moment. Don't deprive yourself of something that you actually gave yourself. You are here now, in this moment. And you, personally, can decide whether or not you use your whole potential or you just use one minute small part. Whenever you go out to nature, you open your own creativity. You open your full potential in connection with nature. This is actually where your true power even can be found. Whenever you go back to the same office day after day after day after day, you do nothing else than think about things for other human beings, then think about things in a building that were created by the thoughts of someone else. So down there in the city, you constantly are surrounded by the ideas of others. I understand that it's sometimes hard with all those different ideas of others around to find the peace and to find where are your own ideas. It is still possible, but it's much easier when you go out, when you open yourself up to the whole of the world there is. Not just the building, not just the street, not just the square somewhere in a village or in the city, but to all the aspects, to the great variety of life itself. You need that like every living being needs it. The humans are the conscious race on this planet who are capable to actively deprive themselves of their natural surroundings. But even humans pay a hell of a lot of price. And the question is, are you willing to pay this price even further? Right here, you have one of the greatest solutions for you to become who you can be. To become everything that is inside of you, whether you know it yet or not. To become whole again, to heal every single aspect of your life, no matter if physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever. This is life, this, here, in nature. Take care and live it. It's yours for the taking. And it's something where you can't really go wrong. Because nature always supports, and nature supports life, just as you can support yours. And you always support nature in making experiences, which life is about. Be here, be now, and be free. Enjoy your life and enjoy the variety of life and yourself.